sake for heaven is a labour full of pleasure. Proverbs 3:17. A man sweats at his recreation, tries himself with hunting, but there is a delight he takes in it which sweetens it. I delight in the law of God after the inward man. Romans 7:22. Not only is the kingdom of heaven delightful, but the way thither. What a delight has a gracious soul in prayer. I will make them joyful in the house of prayer. Isaiah 56:7. While a Christian weeps, joys drop with tears. While he is musing on God, he has such quickenings of the spirit and, as it were, such transfigurations of soul, that he thinks himself half in heaven. My soul shall be satisfied as with marrow and fatness, and my mouth shall praise thee with joyful lips, when I remember thee upon my bed. Of course, there, David in Psalm 63. A Christian's work for heaven is like a bridegroom's work on the morning of the marriage day. He puts on his vesture and wedding robes, in which he shall be married to his bride. So, in all the duties of religion, we are putting on those wedding robes, in which we shall be married to Christ in glory. Oh, what solace and inward peace there is in close walking with God. The work of righteousness shall be peace, again quoting from Isaiah. Serving God is like gathering spices or flowers, wherein there is some labour, but the labour is recompensed with delight. Working for heaven is like digging in a gold mine. The digging is labour, but the getting the gold is pleasure. Oh, then, let us bestir ourselves for the kingdom of heaven. It is a labour of pleasure. A Christian would not part with his joy for the most delicious music. He would not exchange his anchor of hope for a crown of gold. Well might David say, in keeping thy precepts, there is a great reward. Not only after keeping thy precepts, but in keeping them. Again, Psalm 19:11. Watson finishes with this. A Christian has both the spring flowers and the crop. Inward delight in serving God is the spring flowers. In the kingdom of glory, at last, is the full crop. Here, as we serve God, as we live a life that we would call a Christian life, yes, at times we say, and sometimes we grow weary of that labour. But today, friends, may we be encouraged that labour that we take for heaven is of most pleasure. What joy it is, what peace it brings, what peace it is to know Christ and to be in the labour for his kingdom. The question might be, are you in labour for that kingdom? Are you labouring for the sake of Christ? Are you today found in that labour? Are you at peace in that labour? You again might turn and say, I am but weary. But oh, what joy. For today there is that spring flower, but we await the full crop. We live in a day where we see confusion, where we see wickedness and hatred. We see sickness and disease. And what we see most certainly in this our day is fear. But today, O Christian, if you are labouring for Christ, if you are Christ's and labouring for Christ's kingdom, you today will know this, that labour is full of pleasure. May the God of heaven continue us on that great pilgrimage. Amen.